Skrag would take samples of them. They make good lenses.
Okay, yeah.
Squish is going to snap off a little.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, as a group of you descend deeper down, and you find these caverns with catch kind of flickers of bioluminescence off of the crystals in the walls. And you see like a light, a very dim light in the next room over as Ari is walking through this room in particular. Her small light kind of glistens off of the walls. There's a lot of kind of not low quality gems, but very like kind of low value gems that are kind of in small clusters along the walls. And then some of the larger ones kind of catch the light and seem to kind of reflect it outwards. Sort of like kind of miniature torches.
They are pretty.
Neat.
Kind of boring, though. Nah. While, Squish gonna keep on the Grimlock trail, following their no doubt substantial odor. They did not look like the bathing kind.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I'd say here you also find kind of marks of dried blood, as if like bodies were kind of dragged across the floor here. Also, as you're moving forward, there seems to be kind of a fair bit of foot traffic through here. The rocky floor has a kind of a fine layer of dirt and crushed rocks. It's almost dust-like, as you see like a few kind of humanoid, almost large, oversized, like human-like footprints. And then you also get a few prints of like a few other creatures as well. And in fact, in this next room over, there is another glowing giant fire beetle about the size of a human fist, as it's kind of just skittering, kind of crawling across the floor. Seems to be kind of snacking either on like bits of crushed rock or some prey that you guys aren't able to see, but it's giving like about a 10-foot radius of light, kind of filling up the room.
I'm just gonna fucking eat it in a minute. I ain't gonna be the only one talking, but Squish is probably just gonna. Actually, no, wait. You know what?
Oh yeah, it sheds bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light for an additional 10. It's just a giant beetle.
Squish is going to lash out and capture the beetle, but while it does go inside Squish's stomach, it does not eat it and keeps it in an isolated pouch. So now Squish is emitting that.
Do you want to make a athletics roll for me to grapple it?
Sure.
It fails. It is now inside of you, as you're giving off a kind of warm, glowing light, but inside of your slime body, the light is kind of giving off like light refractions, as if it's like a light coming out of a body of water.
Neat. Squish is now a lava lamp.
Squish, what are you?
Well, Ari's light is very small, and this one is a little bigger. And now she can see me better.
Is it not hurting you?
Well, I thought you might like to look at it.
Look, I can't say I'm not curious, but still, you gotta be a little bit more careful since we're hunting down
What is Squish's armor class?
18.
So the beetle is trying to bite you, but your the little bubble that you've put it inside of, the outer layer of that bubble is a protective, slimy coating that it's little, well, not little, but decently sized beetle mandibles just cannot break through.
It kind of tickles. Do you have a jar, Athoz? I can keep it in one of your jars.
You said it was as big as Ari, or a little bit smaller than
Ari
Ari?
has a human fist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
big.
it's a small beast. So I'd say like it'd be like the size of like a chihuahua, I guess. Or
Oh! I thought you said human. I'm sorry.
yeah, I did say human fist, but I was thinking like, oh, this is probably a bit bigger if it's shedding light and like basically a 20-foot radius. So it's like the size of a small lapdog.
Well,
Yeah.
that's too big for a sample. I guess Squish is just going to eat it after all, but going to try to isolate those light compounds and hold on.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I guess Squish tries to kind of hold it inside of it for a little bit, and then eventually just kind of collapses in on the beetle as its flails dissolves and starts to kind of fall apart. But the light-producing glands, those compounds, sort of kind of spread throughout Squish and kind of turn him into a kind of a glowing ball of jello.
And it's all rainbow colored, so it looks just amazing. Like some fucking RBG shit. Squish basically looks like someone's gaming PC now. Squish spits the light gland and a few other little bits and bobs. Squish doesn't really understand biology in that way. I'm just going to die for a second. Excuse me. So yeah, Squish will give Athoz some like little light glands and whatnot just for him to study because he likes animal pieces.
He likes animals.
Yeah, Squish didn't really have a good sense of scale on that one. Thought it was smaller, then grabbed and was like, "Oh, this will not fit in a jar."
No, but the glands will. No, as he takes a little chart from his Wait, does he? Has Ari taken anything else from him?
Roll a d2.
All right, hang on. You said a D2?
Yeah, like a coin flip.
Oh, okay.
One
hang on.
she has, two he hasn't, two she hasn't.
Is this 1?
Oh boy. What all does he got in his bag?
He has basically a bunch of like a few empty journals to write down notes, a few bottles for samples, some quills, ink. He has a lucky rock.
She would have probably taken at least one of the blank journal, and his ink is gone.
What the?
She took it, but then tripped over her own feet and spilled it.
Squish, could you roll me a 1d6 really?
Yep.
He's gonna look up to Miss Ari. Did you borrow some of my ink?
Squish is going to be glowing for the next 2 days.
Uh-oh.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, because that
Let's
beetle's
see.
got to do that sustained glow.
I
so it
have
has
not.
all these Squishies at all
She's going to try lying.
Yes.
Roll a
He's
15 on deception.
Okay, so what do we need to roll of opposite of that? Is it
I guess it's
Insight.
Insight, yeah.
insight? Hang on. Where's my?
She's smiling innocently, as if she has done nothing wrong ever in her life.
Alright, let's say insight. What did I roll? 11. Okay, so he's gonna look at her for a second. His eyes narrow for a second at her and like, well, I suppose I must have used it a couple days back. Man, this is so troubling. At the very least, I got a jar for those glands. As he picks it up carefully and puts the glands in a little jar.
She's essentially doing this. Teaching you.
All right. Before you press on, you have 2 directions to go towards. To the east, you hear the sound of rushing water, and then to the south, you also hear the sound of rushing water. To the south, the water sounds a little bit further away, and then to the east, it sounds just a bit closer.
All right, well, Squish is just following the trail. Where does the trail go?
The trail goes south.
Then Squish will go south. Although Squish does like terrestrial water. All right, I'm going to need to...
Another intelligence or wisdom.
Squish briefly wandered... This is a wisdom. Yeah, and it still didn't do great. So, yeah, although with the key that would... No, Squish going to stay on track. Squish going to stay. Going south.
Okay.
We follow Squish.
All right.
Squishing along. A nice little beacon for those of us without dark vision to follow. Nudge, nudge.
Yes.
Nyom.
Yeah, can I have my own little light aura?
Oh, yes.
You just gotta click on your little cog.
Oh, wait, hold on.
and then
I'm,
scroll down.
I'm actually setting it up right now.
Ah!
There we go.
That's a lot of light. I didn't realize it.
Yeah, the 10-foot radius, and then an additional 10 feet beyond that of dim light.
I'm going to lower that opacity.
Scrat's gonna follow along. Reasons. Whee! There we go. A little owl flying beside me.
All right.
Squish just be yamming.
All right. I'd say stop right there for a second. What is everybody's passive perception?
18.
18?
14.
I got 15.
Okay. So all of you can see, kind of sense it. There's a shift above you as some rocks kind of tumble down, sprinkling some loose, crushed rock. As you see, like, looks like there's a metallic ore vein kind of embedded into the wall, kind of diagonal from you, as it kind of goes up the wall and kind of takes up a small part of the ceiling. And you see this almost insectoid creature with a segmented carapace. Its tail has a bony protrusion as its two antennae are excreting an acidic kind of slime, and it is eating the metal, turning it into a kind of reddish brown dust. It is a rust monster.
Yes, it is. Oh my god, really breaking out the classics.
Since Jack is going to be AFK for the moment, everyone else.
Wait, he might be back.
Oh, might be back. Oh, okay.
Oh, he is. He's here.
All right. So we're gonna everyone else feel free to take up positions where your characters would be. Oh, let me open up the there we go.
Oh, there we go. On normal initiative.
Wait, what? The heck? Wait. How the heck did you get that?
Oh, no. I just meant that it's not rolling a 9 higher anymore.
I'm more concerned with the 9.16.
That is the tiebreaker for Dex. I'm not sure why it's not just the default, because it is just the instantaneous way to know which of two people with the same roll in Dex are going first.
Yeah, go ahead and not, deselect that.
Deselect what?
The tiebreaker option.
What? You don't think I should use it?
Because it's just, everyone is always like, why is there a decimal? What did you wrong? Because I had that once before and people made fun of me for it.
Well, now people know otherwise, so I'm going to keep it.
Okay.
It's useful.
Okay. It works.
I never knew we had that, honestly.
All right.
Yeah, without that option, if that happens, as it did once before, Riley has to manually ask everyone what their dex is and then figure it out. Whereas if you just have tiebreaker selected, it does it automatically. Plus, I like decimal.
Yeah, decimals are just neat.
Yeah.
So Athoz is going first.
Which is rare. Okay. I hate this thing. All I heard is Rust Monster and let's see real quick. He's gonna hold his hand out like a Spider-Man pose and shoot a web at it.
All right.
So you see Astral's hand had the little Spider-Man hand pose, and then all of a sudden, just massive amounts of web just shoots around the
Rust monster.
the Rust Monster. Thank you. How big is the web? A 20-foot circle.
20-foot circle. Yes.
Let's see. Without killing poor Squish or anybody to begin with. Let's see. Nope. Where is the ruler? Oh, there's the ruler.
20-foot circle is the entire room.
I tried to.
But
why does it give me
since it's kind of
Wait, isn't a 20-foot circle a diameter and not a radius, or is it a radius? I thought it was 10 feet.
I think. Hold on, let me double check. 20-foot
It
cube.
is a 20-foot cube from that point.
So it would be a 20-foot radius. But since this thing is kind of up on the ceiling, it's just going to cover like the entire room ceiling. So it's not trapping any of you guys. It's just webs all over the ceiling. And then it's going to make a save. It failed the save, so it is sufficiently webbed. Everyone has advantage against it because it is now restrained.
and that's all he's gonna do. It's like, holy crap! Good heavens, that's not holy crap. That's not the right character. No, good heavens, that scared the heck out of me.
All right, and then next up is Skrag. If you want to just do the roll for the attack, gonna do the pew pew, and you also have advantage. All right, 14 points of force damage, and then an extra 6. All right. Oh, that's the ballista. Oh, I see. Okay. We'll go ahead and move the cannon there. Oh, you're welcome. All right, and then next up is Ari.
Okay, A la what she did last time. She's gonna look up, see that fucking thing. That's so fucking gross. Don't fail me now. Fuck.
Oh, you have advantage, so
You have
Johnny,
advantage, so that
That's
hits.
right.
Courtesy of Athoz, the long-suffering gentleman cat dog.
he's
Yeah.
being bullied.
All right, as you blast it with a guiding bolt and kill it, you finish it off.
Does it like fall to floor in a?
It's tangled up
Or
in the
the cell.
webs. So
Okay.
unless Athoz like dispel
Can you dismiss your webs?
unless
I should do it.
Athoz decides to cancel concentration, it's gonna just hang up there.
Oh yeah.
Do we see items like stuck in the web as it dies?
Did it drop
Well,
loot?
Fine.
It's not gonna drop loot.
It's gonna drop trash, but that could be useful.
Uh,
he's gonna let concentration go and just let everything just fall on the floor.
Okay. Yes, you.
Squish will up to catch it to keep it more intact.
All right. As it lands with a little splash into Squish, and you
Got it.
can you can all dissect it with a nature roll.
Gah.
Damn, that is unlucky, huh?
Okay, so with a roll of 13,
15.
14. All right, so you actually harvest some rust monster saliva and some rust monster antenna.
I don't know why I click nature. I perception. Just want to see if anything's delicious.
Give me just a second. So there's the rust monster saliva, and then here is the antennae, and then I will add that you can use the antennae to make a metal detector. But as far as the perception roll goes, for Squish, there is some really tasty kind of reddish brown dust kind of scattered around the room as you're picking up like kind of deposits, kind of an irony copper taste to it as you realize that it comes from these metal deposits that are up in the ceiling, and it looks like this rust monster has basically been living in this chamber because there are leftover traces of kind of some copper and iron and some other miscellaneous metal deposits kind of in this room. And you can tell where the rust monster has been because there's kind of like a smooth, almost kind of like chewed bubblegum texture to the wall. Kind of like if somebody had spent some time like just kind of welding the entire ceiling together.
Neat. So the metal deposit's just some iron.
Yeah, so like a little bit of iron, some copper, but you can see like the ore veins have been kind of dug into, so it's like there's not a lot of metal left in this room.
Right, got it. Okay, Athoz, were you waiting to do something too?
No, I'm just watching you guys trying to dissect and amused. Just watching you guys play with the rust monster.
Well, Squish is mostly just tasting.
It's like watching two children get into it.
Oh, I don't catch a mic on.
Oh, sorry. Ari is going to have a little shit-eating grin, and her hands probably still have some blood and guts on it from the dissection.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna flick some at him, at Athoz.
I'm gonna roll enough flash just to see if I dodge. Let's see. Just out of curiosity, do I dodge this? Because it's one
Can
thing.
certainly try.
It's one thing to dodge when he's plate singing, when he's in his graceful mode, but it's another thing with normally. That's the athletics. But I do dodge it. So you throw the blood and guts at him, and he's been paying attention, so he just sidesteps. Sorry,
She's gonna flick more at him.
Sorry, you should not play with your food.
I don't eat this.
It's
Squish is just gonna go food fight and just pelt the shit out of Ari with like a frickin' air bladder or something.
It's
Just
like
yank out an engine and throw it at her.
it's like I'm not gonna eat this. Boom.
And then cue war.
Oh dear.
Yeah, just Ari and Squish just pelting each other with pieces of the rust monster for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Squish just wins either way. Every time she hits it, it just eats what she throws. So
Yeah.
there's no losing this battle.
Yeah. Clearly unfair advantage.
Oh,
Cheating.
fair.
That's what it
Wait,
does.
is your metal stuff alright though? As the fight continues.
Yeah. She looks down.
It's dead, so the effect no longer works.
Man.
Yeah, I'd say you've already harvested the saliva, so I think like whatever rusting effect it would have, it's not actively making that chemical reaction so you're just playing in giant bug guts now.
All right,
Well,
Squish, you're fucking.
That's hilarious.
Okay, so Squish stops mid food fight. He's like, "Wait, I was doing something. What was I doing? There was a bug. We were fighting the bug. Well, you were fighting the bug. I was tasting a rock. But then, blood. I'm looking for blood. Well, here's some blood. No, wait, specific human blood. Okay, I've got this. It's over here." And Squish will resume the pursuit.
All right.
So proud of him.
And Skrag can be proud of Squish because Squish didn't even stop to eat the rest of the rust monster.
It's like, we're so proud of you. The proud parents of
Ari's just gonna cast this on herself.
for now. He's proud for now.
All right. As Squish, you lead the way to another three-way intersection, and you make a left turn, and then another left turn. As actually in this chamber, as Squish is kind of rolling right along, you see, well, you smell it first. The smell of blood, and then just kind of a stink of lack of hygiene as kind of across the way, you see kind of a makeshift, almost kind of pretty primitive den set up, piles of just dirty clothes, some bundles of rotting straw and hay, as you see the Grimlocks across the way, and the undercurrent of water filling this kind of chamber. I'd say you could say has kind of covered up the noise of the food fight, as is this kind of a loud undercurrent, and they do not see you actually. They are essentially blind, but you see them as they're gnawing on bones and looks like kind of chewing kind of old half-rotting meat off of the bones themselves. And you don't see any heads. It's just headless bodies, basically.
Oh. All right, I figured it out. Squish, can you?
I figured I could escape you.
No.
Escape you. Well, we found our, as he whispers to the group, well, we found our targets, I suppose. Do you guys see any living humans around there?
No. I presume there's nowhere like a larder. They just kill their meat. They don't bring any fresh and imprisoned. I'm smart enough for that, I don't think.
I'd say no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Squish is going to tug on Ari's sleeve for a minute with a little pseudopod.
What's up?
You should do that thing. I liked that thing.
Thing are you talking?
Where we didn't make any noise or anything when we moved. I'm very quiet, but that was more quiet than I have ever been.
And she's going to think about it.
Actually, that's a good question. Should we go quiet or should we go loud?
Squish might not be very smart, but Squish definitely knows how to be a good amp.
I think it's real funny and quiet.
Yeah, just fucking like murked him like a game of Skyrim.
I'd say everybody make a stealth roll with advantage.
These stealth rolls.
I'm going to say you guys have to beat an 18 because they just rolled a really good perception check.
Stealth rolls. Yep.
With
Oh, and
advantage.
everyone give yourself a D4.
Okay, hang on. Let's see it. Let me roll again, I guess. Where is he? There's stealth. Okay.
I think we're all good.
All right. Let's roll a d4 for Skrag.
I'll do that.
Actually, no. What a d4 a d4 no matter what would actually work for Skrag. So, yeah, you guys are undetected even as you're talking.
Okay.
Well, I thought we were talking quietly. It's just you can't
Yeah, we were.
actually whisper in a fucking Discord chat.
Well, I suppose so, but also they probably have very good hearing if they're
Well, they
blind.
definitely-
So, and the case would probably echo too.
Huh.
Slightly.
All right.
I mean,
Yeah, pass without a trace. So just add an additional 10 to those stealth checks, and you are practically undetected.
well, I have an idea, but if you're gonna go quiet, then that goes. That goes.
That
with the
is that is the quiet zone.
Jesus Christ.
That is a big fucking quiet zone.
I know. Well, if you're gonna I would say if you're gonna go loud, then I was gonna start us off. But if you're gonna go quiet, then we might change plans.
We can start quiet and then go loud.
That's the plan.
Fortunately, I don't have a way to protect you guys if I do something stupid. Something foolish. So I'm just gonna hold off on that.
I know. Just tell me all the foolish things you don't want me to do, and I will not do any of them.
No, I'm referring to me, Squish.
Oh, well, you don't do. You're not even me.
Thank you? No, I mean that, well, I was gonna set them on fire, but if you're gonna go quiet, then that might be a better option. We don't know how many
I want to try something real funny. And she's going to sneak up. Is there like a loose rock?
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of rocks.
She's gonna grab the biggest rock that she can manage
Okay.
and heave it into the water below.
It just so
But-
happens that rock is in the silent zone.
Hang on,
Okay.
hang on. She's going to drop the silence, and
Okay.
I don't know what I'd have to roll for it.
I don't think you have to roll anything.
But
she
you'd have
would.
to use a spell slot to put it back on, though.
Yes. If you would let me fucking finish. She's gonna drop the silence and try to make it sound like she's gonna try and like throw her voice a little bit to make it sound like somebody fell into the water.
I think that will be a deception roll.
I'm
Roll
good
it
at
with
that.
it. Although, you could just throw Squish into the water.
Oh, 23.
Yeah, 23 is gonna do it. As
So, let me get rid of the quiet zone. There we go. And then she holds her hand up for everyone to be quiet, hoping that they can't see the edge and just walk right off.
Mm,
Because they're blind, aren't they?
they're blind, but they've been living in these caverns for who knows how long, so they would know like the edges of where they live.
they are blind and stupid, but they are not stupid enough to walk off.
Yeah.
She does not know that. That is her plan.
Okay. I will say it works, but they stop right at the edge.
And then she's going to point at Athoz and Skrag as if to gesture to push, see if they've got anything to shove them off.
Push. Do I have anything to shove them off? Hang on. No, I'm actually curious more than anything.
How deep is that water?
I was gonna say it's probably like
Can you hear me?
Oh,
Yes,
yes.
we can.
Hear you.
Skrag will catch on to what she's, pick up what she's putting down, and he's going to come up here, motion her to go with him, because he wants to get about right here. Maybe here-ish. And I think this could do it. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Skrag doesn't need to motion. He can straight up tell her exactly
That?
what he's
Yeah, that is true. He can just tell her in her fucking brain. With that? No, that wouldn't work. That doesn't... Oh, wait, push. Yes, 10 feet away
On
from
a
me.
failed save, creature takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed
So
10
he
feet
would
away.
try to get probably about right here and see if he can get these guys in a cone. If it's a cone type of thing, I can't read shit.
It is
Each
says
creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you.
it's a 15-foot cube, but you'd be able to catch all of them in.
Okay, yeah, he would try that then.
Okay.
Oh,
So that is con save.
Oh, con of 14. Fuck, they're all gonna make huge and stupid.
Oh, one of them make it.
one of them made it.
All of them but one. Go ahead and roll that thunder damage.
So it's 2d8.
All
God
right.
damn.
So all of them are gravely wounded as they're blown off. There is one left though,
That,
and the
Ari's
other
getting inside the bus. She's getting inside the bus.
the other three are knocked off, and they're carried kind of down river in this direction as they are kind of scrambling to try and climb back on. And I'm gonna say they're carried down river as they're not able to find a good foothold because you kind of push them into the middle of the water, and they're going to be carried downstream into deeper depths. And
Is
then-
there anything in the water other than that? It is the
Uh,
Underdark after all.
I'm gonna say you don't know, but you can hear them like howling and screaming as they're carried down river.
Good enough for me. I think Squish is just gonna leap across the remaining distance and just grapple the last one, because they, after all, do need at least one.
It's smart enough to know that. For once,
Yeah.
he is.
In a feat of brilliance, Squish is able to be all like, "Hey, We don't bring one of these guys back as proof. We're gonna get to leave this fucking planet. I don't exactly remember what lies between point A and point B, but we obviously need one of these guys. So, Squish.
Could just save its head.
Yeah, so you have it grappled now. And then, Ari or Athoz, do you want to kill it or attack it?
Rolls up.
Don't you dare fucking disintegrate this.
Please keep it intact. We're sorry.
So it's grappled and restrained, so you have advantage.
How's it looking? Is it real hurt?
It's a little roughed up. I guess you could say a little bit bloodied. It's gonna be
taken-
really easy to hit, though.
Okay. So it's taken 8 damage so far?
Taking 4 points of damage.
Okay.
They're not.
Wait, so resistance? Oh, right, half damage. Never mind.
Yeah, because this one passed the save.
Right.
So she's gonna pop up from her little hidey hole with her crossbow, take aim, and fire.
And that is enough to just straight up kill it as you shoot it in the, not the neck, but kind of close to it. Maybe like right above where the rib cage starts. And you just kill it with a single shot as it chokes on its blood for a little bit and then just goes limp.
See, she lined up the shot, fired, and then ducked back down, thinking it was not gonna be enough to kill it.
It's Dad.
Neat!
Neat. Should we have just left the other ones go by like that, though?
When I tasted that water earlier, I felt that there were many big fishes. So I think those big fishes will probably eat.
Suppose.
Do you want me to follow the water and check to see if they're alive?
No, let's not separate any further than we have.
Okay.
All right, so in this kind of den, you do see kind of amidst the kind of filth and kind of debris of torn up clothing and things, you do see there is a kind of a small treasure hoard, a pile of belongings that have been taken from the victims. Among these things, among the clothing, you find a small mirror with a painted wooden frame, and then a little gold locket with a painted portrait inside. And then you also find a ring with, looks like kind of a feathers kind of etched around the band. And you find this kind of light blue mantle, a cloak. And it looks like it's kind of made out of a very fine silk.
Is approaching to investigate the item.
I like how this party has both someone who can't stop taking everything and someone who doesn't understand possessing things at all. Little yin and yang there.
But yeah, is the ring small enough for her sticky little finger?
Yes, it is.
She's putting that shit on.
In fact, you find that it kind of shrinks down to your size,
Oh no.
almost magically.
What is it?
It's a ring of feather falling.
Oh, neat!
What you should have said was, "Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?" I'm so disappointed that you didn't say.
I'm sorry.
God knows she does it to us.
Yeah.
Squish is gonna investigate the last Grimlock, enter its stomach through its mouth just to see if it has human.
Yes.
Yep, these are definitely the ones.
Well, that's good, I suppose. Anything of value there, Miss Ari?
It's this neat ring, and then
Hey.
she's going to hold up the cloak. Or the light blue silk mantle. Anybody want this? Kind of pretty.
I suppose I could take it. Although I'm not sure if it'll fit me.
Well, if not, it's a cute scarf.
That's
Don't think you really need one, though.
That's a
with your
very,
Beard or
hap-
whatever the fuck.
it's a mane, ma'am.
So, a beard.
Sure, I suppose you could call it a beer.
Are these D&D games just all excuses for Pidge's character to just bully Zest's characters forever?
I mean, it's time I get payback.
Maybe so.
I mean, Livy wasn't really bully, he was just annoyed. This time it's just actual bullying.
Pokes dimple. Every friend group needs to have a punching bag.
Last time it was JC, now this time it's me.
Yep.
I will say
See, it's agreeable.
you guys
Which
could.
is just so sad because we've got a character the actual consistency of a punching bag with no feelings to hurt.
But where's the fun in that?
There we go. Sadism. Got it. Understand now.
Got it. Damn.
Squish is gonna give the mantle a little lick to see what it's made out of.
It is made out of it's made out of a dyed silk. Kind of a, what the fuck is blue dyed?
A variety. We won't. We can say it was colored with lapis lazuli. That's always a...
Yeah, it's a kind of a silk cloak or mantle derived out of it seems like a mix of lapis lazuli and plant-based indigo.
Hey, Skrag, this was made by bugs. Oh no, it was Poppy AFK again.
Still
okay.
doing his
Sorry,
work.
Poppy.
Do you think we should explore more of these caverns before we leave, just in case, or do you think we're done with our mission?
No, fuck you. I'm doing it anyway. I don't even care. Jack's not even here at the moment, so... Well, kind of here, but... Well, if the Mind Flayer that made the other things made these things, and that Mind Flayer is still here, won't the Mind Flayer just make more of them?
Technically, yes, it will be. It will start the cycle again.
But it will probably take some time, so we could always just leave before they find out that more are coming.
Question. Did Squish get the head of the thing off?
Oh, yeah, just for sake of transport, Squish will just twist the fucking thing's head off and...
Just wanted to make sure.
I don't know if we're strong enough to face against a Mind Flayer.
You don't gotta be strong. You just gotta be smart.
You really underestimate how intelligent Mind Flayers can be.
I mean, they're just
What the
weird
fuck is
fucking
that?
squids.
What the fuck is that?
What?
I'm sorry, I just saw the I went back to me see Mutant and I saw like a beetle looking thing.
Yeah, that was the rust monster.
Oh, that's what it looked like?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought it was just a slime thing.
No, it's not. It's like a little bug.
I wonder if Skrag can take the antenna and attach it to his own head.
Oh my god, I was gonna say that, but you weren't here, so I didn't. But I was thinking the same thing, like patch it into his battle suit.
His battles.
All he's gotta do is ask for it.
Probably would.
She'd hand him over.
Somebody make a perception roll for me.
Okay, let's see.
I will
no.
do that.
I don't think I need to.
All right.
You guys got it for me.
So, Ari, you notice that Athoz has two shadows. And then you also realize that you also have two shadows.
So she's gonna just point at Athos's second shadow and be like, "What the fuck is that?" And then she's gonna look down and be like, "What the fuck is that?"
Poor Squish feels left out because it doesn't have one, because it is emitting light from itself in all directions.
Alright, roll for initiative as the imposter shadows start moving on their own.
Time to blow one of them up.
Alright, so Ari gets to go first.
She's gonna swing at this one first. Y'all know what she...
Oh, yes.
Please.
It'll fail me now.
Dimples?
It is a miss. Has an armor class of 12.
I'm going to fucking jump off this cliff. Goodbye.
Bye. Oh no.
Would you like to do anything else?
She's gonna point at it when it dodges her and just call it a bitch. Give me a wisdom save.
I rolled a 19.
It made it.
Alright, so Ari's imposter shadow is going to go next. Armor class 8. Alright, so the shadow hits, deals 6 points of necrotic damage, and your strength score is reduced by 2 as you feel the strength draining from you.
Alright. What happens if the strength goes to 0?
I
You die if it's reduced to 0.
I think you die.
Neat.
Neat. Oh god.
I have 4 more hits to go. Because she doesn't got a lot of strength.
Well, I mean, you've got 4 more hits, you think, but that was just a 2 on a d4. If it rolls a 4 and the next time it does that, aren't you at
Listen,
0?
let me be hopeful.
Is this like an effect or something?
It is part of its attack. It drains
ends
the
at a
strength
shorter
out of
long rest.
creatures.
We don't need to go to a temple. It'll end in a short...
Yeah, it'll end in a short or long rest.
Just gotta take a little nap and she'll feel better. Right? Right, guys?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
She's just gonna climb into the
She
bus.
does get
and
killed.
take a
Can
nap.
the Moon Shadow just be our companion?
Oh boy. Gonna be a menagerie of items of beings now.
It is a chaotic evil undead. I don't think there is any companioning unless you summon it. But a second shadow's gonna try to attack Athoz. That is a 14.
I will use my reaction to cast shield on myself.
All right, awesome.
So that's right to me for 18.
Okay.
So you You see the shadow going after him, and immediately you see a barrier appear around Athoz.
It's kind of
I believe it
splashes
would be
against the
nice if
barrier.
Shield is +5.
Yes, so it's 18. My armor class is 30.
Oh, your armor class is 13. Fuck.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't have mage armor on.
Right. Fuck, I forgot that's why you had that AC.
All right, and then
As
next
I
up
see the
is
fucking cannon turn.
so next up is Skrag.
Am I muted? Is this
No.
good?
You're
There
not
we go.
muted. You're good.
Sorry. Like going between the Google meeting and this, he's going to do his usual pew pew. Actually, you can't use shield on somebody else, can you? No, it's self.
No, self only.
Damn it. Because
I
yeah,
know.
he would have used that. Okay. Yeah. So first catapult. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble seeing shit right now. As a bonus action, and pew pew as his action. Pew. Hey, good hit.
All right, and then
He gets forced back 5 feet, wherever that might take him, which is just against the wall, I suppose.
yeah, Shadow gets slammed against the wall. Skrag pulls out his pistol, finishes it off
Oh, nice.
as the shadow kind of disperses into kind of a fine mist.
And he is going to... Actually, he can't now. Yeah, never mind. He's good.
Okay. All right. Next up is Squish.
All right. Squish gonna just straight up beat on that motherfucker. Just gonna roll on in and be like, "You stay away from my oversized house cat."
All right, that hits.
Immediately you see the barrier just go down, like take me down.
Just kill me. Just
All
do
right.
it.
The second attack is going to kill it.
Ah, okay. Squish just straight up like smashes it while it's already dead. Just how dare you? How dare you try to eat my cat? If anyone's gonna eat that pussy, it's me.
Christ.
All right, and then if you guys want to harvest from it, it's going to be a DC 15 Arcana check to collect some of that shadow.
I didn't. I couldn't do it.
Do D4, damn you! I'm right there. I'll help.
I'm right there. Oh. 15.
Okay, so Athoz is able to collect some of the shadow mist.
Just sift it right out of Squish.
Right back.
And I'm gonna assume that Athoz would carry around an enchanted vial, because that's what you
Yes.
need to...
Yes, he has a bunch of vials in jars to collect some of beat stuff.
Nice. Alright, so you have a vial of shadow mist.
What does it do?
Well, it's in create I suppose you could create a spell.
Oh, could we just get off the planet that way? That would be so good.
Unfortunately, it goes to specific. Yeah, unfortunately, if in order to get out, we have to go out the old-fashioned way.
Well, we do have to eat those Nyogi.
Yes, we do. In any case, I think unless you want to explore deeper into the caves for some reason, I think we're done here. I don't know if we have anything else to do other than just explore or leave.
Is there anything delicious?
Do you think it's
I-
worth exploring?
I will say you...
Hold on just a second.
Oh.
Yep, sorry, just give me a second. I'm gonna need to BRB.
I was gonna say,
I'm back.
you're back? Okay, welcome back. I say, well, I mean, unless we want to collect more natural resources from here. Aside from that, I don't think there's much for us to do.
I will say, Squish, you catch a whiff, a kind of a moist, kind of fungal scent, as you feel like a little sprinkling of fungal spores kind of land on you from the East Passage.
Can I tell which way they're originating from the direction they've traveled?
Yes, they're coming from the East Passage. There's a
These
light
spores.
breeze.
These spores
Huh?
are they delicious?
I'd say like
Was the AC there?
the AC is not there.
God damn.
Now, how sure are we there? I mean, let's just consider all options. No, but seriously, we were totally doing something, and Squish will not. Well, actually, I guess with a 5. Yeah. Squish recognizes it, but because Squish has a full belly of key still, there's something tasty over there.
Define tasty.
Some kind of mushroom, but a real good one. I want to taste it. Can I go taste it? Just real quick.
How far do you think it is?
Got any notions on that one? I presume I wouldn't. I have no idea how you'd figure that out.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
like thinking about it myself, like, wait, why did he even ask that? Because there's no way he would know
I'm gonna
that.
tell you what. All right, so I tasted some spores.
Mhm.
So Squish is now going to see if it can smell the originating mushrooms carried on that same cave-born breeze.
You can actually smell it. It's has kind of like an earthy smell to it, and it doesn't. You feel that light breeze, and it doesn't seem like it smells close. Like it's a pretty strong smell.
Close.
All right, then. I guess we'll go with what these mushrooms are. We can bring some back if it's actually edible to humanoids.
Yay! And Squish immediately scoops Athoz up off the floor, all 7 feet of him, and carries him towards the mushroom.
We can let him sit like on a beanbag chair for a second.
Yeah, it's like a mobile beanbag chair. It's just kind of rumbling underneath you.
All right, lead the way then. Lead the way there, Squish.
Squish does so.
I guess Ari's gonna scoot after them.
Just follow the glowing ball.
Yeah. Looks back to Skrag and be like, "You coming?"
As
Yes, he is.
Skrag follows.
Yeah.
So they're going this way?
Yes.
As Squish gets closer, it goes from riding a beanbag chair to like a tiny liquid roller coaster, as it goes from sliding along the ground to bounding across it.
Whoa. Slow down, Squish. Slow down.
All right. So as you turn around the corner, rushing over to find the source of the spores, you see this giant floating fuzz ball with one central eye, as this room has various like kind of fungal growths kind of growing around it, and it's kind of floating towards the center of this room. It's very slow moving. It's only moving maybe like 10 feet every like 5 seconds or so, but it looks like a very fuzzy beholder.
Ari, you wanna say your line?
Say your line.
My line?
Your line. Disgusting.
That's so fucking gross. What the fuck?
Are you gonna hit it with a guiding bolt?
Yes.
Oh no.
Well, hey, hold on.
Fuzzy.
Friendly. We don't know. Could be friendly. All right,
Yeah.
let's see. To know what that thing is, what would that roll be? An Arcana?
I'm gonna say it's gonna be a nature check actually.
Doesn't matter. I got a -2 to both. 11.
Let me try out. Hang on.
It's
There we go.
it is what's called a gas spore. It's a giant fungi. It looks like a beholder. They're believed to have been spawned from dead beholders.
I believe we're seeing one of these. I haven't seen one of these since so long ago.
It's basically a parasitic fungus that grows from a beholder's corpse.
Is that what I got the spore from?
Yes, it has like
So that
little
is
mush.
also
It also has little mushroom stalks growing out of it. And you can see the passage that it's come from. It's just kind of covered in various types and forms of mushrooms and molds. And I will say, Ari, you would theorize that like one hit from anything would not only kill this thing, but also cause a fungal explosion.
Sorry.
She's
Sorry.
gonna repeat all of that. She's like,
Well, Athoz knows everything she knows because he rolled one higher than her crit.
Oh, yes.
is gross.
Yes, but
Just stares at him.
what are we not gonna do?
Blow it up.
Good.
Squish launches itself at the spore.
Athoz just has his back turned against
All right,
against Squish.
I just need you to do an attack roll because this thing literally has only one hit point.
Oh yeah, it's not an attack. Squish is going to launch itself like a giant sheet to completely envelop it. And I'd like to say it's to protect all of you from harm, but honestly, in this moment, Squish just doesn't want any of the tasty spores to get away.
Okay. I'll say do an athletics roll, and we'll treat that as like a grapple. All right, you grapple it, and I need you to make a con save for me.
Mhm.
All right. So as you wrap around it and kind of squeeze, as a Squish squeezes itself around this gas spore to completely envelop it, it's like a kind of like a miniature implosion as the skin of this thing kind of falls apart, kind of like if you're popping a balloon in slow motion, and
Mhm.
the spores kind of balloon outward and then kind of get crushed in as Squish kind of compacts itself in.
So for a very short moment, Squish looks like an extremely unusual hot air balloon, and then it's back.
Yeah, and then Squish very easily just consumes all of the spores in one go.
Although, it is Mr. Kitty. Squish saves a. Here, I'll just. So whatever that yields, Squish will ask for a jar from Athoz and spit a collection of spores and whatnot.
So what that yields is gas, spore, gas. As you deposit the gas into a vial, and
Look at that effect. Thank you.
All right, how did it taste? Like a mushroom?
tasted like helium, a mixture
What
of mushrooms and helium.
Does that mean that it's voiced?
Okay, yep. I mean, admittedly, Squish doesn't have vocal cords. Squish has a vibrating exterior membrane, which stimulates the air and makes sound happen. But, because that is an incredible idea anyway, I'm going to say that the gas causes a slight tension, which thins that membrane.
We're not picking that up on the microphone at all. I'm sorry.
It's still high.
Not these ones.
It's so fucking high.
Yeah, your mic is not picking it up. It is so high pitched.
It's very high pitched.
I would do that. All right, well, but y'all know I could if I had the right mic on.
Yes. Yeah.
And this is what matters. But yeah, it tasted like star gas. That's weird.
Well, it was made from a dead beholder. Yes, it would make sense.
Non-canon Squish moment. But I don't understand how a biological process could produce helium, because helium is a noble gas and is incapable of being structured without stellar fusion to create it. Squish did not actually say that. Moving on.
Your non-canon answer to that is a wizard did it. Don't doubt it.
A wizard. Yeah, it's magic.
Fucking
There's a stellar magic. Hey, I ever said that.
I mean, beholders reproduce by dreaming of another beholder. So
That is true. That is very true.
Yeah.
It's very true. I just think it should have been hydrogen, because that explodes.
I guess
Yeah.
the website I'm using said helium because these things kind of float. But yeah.
Anyway, so
Alright.
delicious mushrooms. Squish is going to grab some of those so that Skrag can put them on a sandwich later.
Yeah.
And we'll be going for
All right.
Home, I suppose.
Yeah. So you
additional mushrooms.
you collect a number of various non-toxic mushrooms for the solids to consume.